What's going on, everybody? Let's get right into it. Food shortage. So I'm reading up on this stuff. As of right now, there's a lot of information going around about the food shortage, but the only problem is our country isn't really talking about a whole lot of food shortage situations. So if you look into it in the United States, lately there's been, more or less over the last 2 years, there's been a lot of food production plants burning down. I don't know why these places are burning down, but they are. So hundreds of places within the last 2 years have burned down. This is creating issues. On top of these things, they are talking about the farmers all having trouble. They're having trouble with everything that they're doing as far as prices go, right? So gas prices are wearing farmers out. The price of gas is through the roof. Also, the price of fertilizer has tripled. Okay, so apparently these guys are, they have to buy fertilizer for all this food that we eat. It has tripled. So 3 times more to fertilize, right? So all these costs, they are upfront cost for your farmer. They're not on the back end. These aren't things that, farmers are going to want to, they take a loan out and then hope that the produce or whatever that is that they're growing is going to make up the difference. Well, obviously that's a bad business plan. So right now, the World Food Program says that there will be a possible global food shortage in 2023. So not United States, global, the whole world, food shortage. Now, plenty of countries in this world already have a food shortage, right? There's plenty of countries out there where the people are just starving to death. The United States isn't one of them. So if we're talking about more than just the United States and we're talking about global, that's the severity that to me should be top story. That should be something that we're being prepared for. When the virus was going on, there wasn't anything on the shelves. Toilet paper was gone, cleaning products were gone. They were having trouble getting all these other things because people were apparently going out of work and they couldn't produce, right? And we're still feeling these effects because I'm in the construction business. So as far as building materials and things go, a lot of these things are hard to get. And then a lot of the prices have increased extremely. So when it comes to 2x4s, at one point, a standard 2x4 was like $9 for an 8-footer, something that's usually $4. Now we're talking about the food just not being there. We're not talking about building materials. We're not talking about washers and dryers and new refrigerators or things like that. We're talking about food to feed your family. One thing for certain, when there is no more food, there will be chaos. And when I'm talking chaos, I'm not talking about, anything less than when you see people rioting in the streets, burning places down, stealing everything. That's the kind of chaos you're going to get from people who are starving or from people who can't get food. When you go to your grocery store and there's no food in the grocery store, it's going to be chaos. The town, the city you live in will be absolute chaos. Because once you mess with people's livelihoods, it has no choice but to people go straight to survival instinct. The problem with survival instincts is the majority of our world lives in an evil world. So to murder you and take your groceries at a point like that will not be a big deal for a lot of people, because a lot of people, they don't have this sense of morality for anybody else. This is what I'm going to do because I need to survive. So if I need to go in and steal somebody else's food to make it happen, that's what I'm going to do. This is the World Food Program is saying global food shortage 2023. Potentially, this will kill more people than the virus just killed. More people are going to starve to death from this global food shortage than the virus killed. And that's insane. And you barely hear about it, right? The only people that are really talking about food shortage are the farmers. That's it. So there's a bunch of interviews. You can watch these things on YouTube, and you can look this stuff up in the news. But there's from the Black Farmers Association. There's a guy on there, and he's giving the whole rundown of exactly what they're going through. Now, for any business owner, as soon as it becomes no longer worth your while and you're not making an income to support yourself, you're gonna bail, right? You can only sustain being in the red for so many times before you just pull away from the business. It's a waste of your life. And farmers are they're 7 days a week. There's no weekend for a farmer. He works 7 days a week trying to get this stuff going. This is his livelihood. He's paying 3 times more for fertilizer. He's paying twice as much for gasoline. I mean, these are insane, right? We're going into global action. You know what I mean? It's beyond just United States. That's the part where the red flag needs to come up. Okay? When you can't get food anymore, chaos. Prepare for the chaos, right? Prepare for it, because it's going to be riots. It's going to be, anarchy. People are coming for your food. They need it. They're going to come get it. If you can't get food and the chaos happens, how long before you can't get water? We're talking a global status here, right? When does the water stop coming? Then you're relying on, everybody's relying on faucet water. How long until that dries up, right? I mean, the domino effect here could be ridiculous, okay? This to me is beyond a conspiracy theory, because you have legitimate people who are actually farmers that are warning you, there's a problem coming, and if you're not prepared, you're in trouble. So, or you need to start stocking up your shelves. You need to start filling up your basement with food, the non-perishables. If you're not doing those things and this hits, you're in trouble. And then you need to be able to protect yourself from the people who don't have any food, who are coming for yours. And, this is a domino effect. This is just going to keep on happening. And these things are going to get worse and worse and worse. We got to do something. We got to figure something out. It's not adding up. It is not adding up. The media is not bringing up the food shortage. There's all this talk about everything else, all around this politics stuff. Look at this. But the media is not talking about it. And that's the part where I'm confused. That part I don't understand. Why would the media not be talking about such a critical thing? Global food shortage. Not, United States is going to have trouble producing. It's going to be global. Bad times are coming. And, we're still worried about climate change. And maybe this climate change is something that's really happening that's also affecting the farmers. Maybe. But we're talking about climate change, and we're not talking about the food shortage or the farmers. They're giving, I think the number was $1.5 billion to, I think it was Africa, to help the hungry over there. Once again, here's our country producing billions of dollars to give away when we're in an inflation crisis and things are going south. They give them this, they're giving that money to these people. I understand other people need help, but you got to take care of your own country first before you take care of somebody else's country. But they're giving the money to these people, and they're not helping the farmers in this country. That is unbelievable. We're Americans. The money in America needs to help Americans. You gave all this money over to the Ukraine. We're in trouble. I'm sorry about the Ukraine, but we're in trouble. Our country is in trouble. The economy in our country is in trouble. Stop giving money away and help the American people before chaos comes. 2023, I suggest you start going out and buying food and water and stocking it up in your house, because Obama is putting 2,300 gallons of propane on his Martha's Vineyard. So he's getting 2,500 gallons worth of propane installed in his mansion that he lives in. Again, why does the president have a mansion? Where did all that money come from? Whatever. Nevertheless, if that's not prepping right in front of your face, I don't know what is. What do you need 2,500 gallons of propane for? Okay, does anybody, that's $70,000 worth of propane, give or take. What do you need that for? You're gonna fill that up and have enough propane for what? Who knows, 5 years or something like that? Like, these guys know what's going on. Okay, you need to start preparing yourself. Go out, buy some more food, stock it up in the shelves, put it in the closet, hide it away. You got all types of people from the UN, farmers, politicians telling you there's a food shortage coming, and it's global. It's coming. You gotta wake up. Wake up. Stop worrying about Nancy Pelosi making all this money from the stock market because she's telling her husband the secrets and he's buying the stocks. Who cares? Who cares? They're not going to do nothing to her. Let her make all that money. You're getting ready to starve to death. Make sure you got food in your closet. Make sure you got a stockpile. And make sure you got something to protect yourself for when the chaos comes. Because people are going to kick your door down and come in and kill you and take all your food. And if you don't think that's true, you ain't never seen a riot before. Let's go. It's time to get real. Do me a favor, like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.